get about 3%. Okay. You're going to try example 7 with your partner. It's going to look like this with a fraction. Think about the total number of jurors on the bottom. Talk to your partner.
So for the bottom, it should be the total, choosing 12 people total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 12 C3. So there's 12 total.
You want to just turn around, talk as a group? It is getting kind of silly at this point. Go ahead.
Alright. 12 C3.
On the bottom, 12C3.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
So it's gonna have something to do with the 5 and then and stuff you don't have to. So would the top be 5C3? So there's 5 not possible.
yeah,
You could also multiply that by 7 choose 0, but 7 choose 0 is just 1. Because anything choose 0 is 1. How do you choose 0 of them? There's one way you don't choose them.
Is that by 0 factorial equals 1?
Mm-hmm. I took this class in college, and it was called combinatorics. Combinatorics, and it was taught by this professor who looked like Einstein. He had like this wild, crazy white hair that just went everywhere. And he was a legit genius. And he's like the leading professor in combinatorics in the nation at UW-Madison. And there was a tiny class, like him and like 30 of us. And like he and I got into an intense discussion once about like how many different ways there were to move across a chessboard, and because he, you know, we already knew the answer, but then he's like, you can't really visualize this one. And I was like, I think I can. I started like talking about how I could kind of understand it and how the formula made sense to me. And he was like, really? And then it was just like an intense conversation between the two of us while the rest of the class was like. Anyway, it was a cool moment. But the whole class was about different ways to do permutations and combinations. Imagine that just this section 3.4 was the entire class. But I chose to, in teaching a math education, you can choose to major, well, not major, but you can choose to focus on statistics or calculus. You have to take a certain amount of each. Like I had to take through Calc 4. But then I could go to more calculus or I could do more statistics, and I went stats. And so this was, I think, my favorite class that I took in college. It was really fun. Anyway, and this is the kind of thing we did all the time. This homework assignment is due on Friday. You already did a whole bunch of it because what I did with your last assignment with 174 is I just picked all the permutation questions, and now this is all the combination questions. So now the whole thing, 7 through 42, is due on Friday, but I've already given you the permutation part of it. So, and tomorrow will be a work day.